Hey guys, it's Gregory88 again. Today I'm kicking off my series on Ryukyuan history, from the legendary past to today. Today's video specifically will cover the ancient era up to 1187. I'm going off of both legends and historical facts to paint the story. So let's get started with the very beginning. It all began in Ryukyuan, the home and birthplace of all gods and spirits, including heaven, earth, and the sea. Ryukyuan is located on the horizon over the Pacific Ocean, east of Akata Island. Within Ryukyuan was the Heavenly Gasuku, where the Heavenly Emperor resided. He seems to also correlate with Tira, the sun. The Heavenly Emperor looked down on the world and was displeased that there were no islands, so he called for a Mamikyu and ordered her to go down with some rocks and moss and create islands. A Mamikyu is believed to be the literary analogy for the original Ryukyuan people who first settled the Ryukyu Islands, and that her name comes from the islands of Amami and Yaku. What supports this is that the Okinawan word Nishi is the word for both north and the past, and this is the same for Nishi in Japanese, meaning west. This points to a cultural memory of the migration out of Korea and Japan and down into Ryukyu. Anyway, Mamikyu went down to earth and created the Ryukyu Islands. She first landed on Earth on Kudaka Island, but soon landed on Okinawa at the site of Seifo Utaki, where the inner sanctum has a direct view of Kudaka. She then went around the islands building castles, Utaki, and communities. The Mamikyu then asked the Heavenly Emperor to send other gods to come live on the islands, but he said the other gods couldn't or wouldn't go there. However, Ryukyu did come to Okinawa, and he and a Mamikyu lived at Minton Castle. Mamikyu eventually gave birth to the Ryukyuan people, and then she and Ryukyu died and were buried on Hamahiga Island. Tenshin, a heavenly grandson, was either a Mamikyu's first son, born from a sexless pregnancy, or he came about generations later. Either way, he was a Jesus-like figure who then had 3 sons and 2 daughters who split the people into classes. His first son was Tenshin, the first king of Ryukyu. His second son became the first feudal lord, or Aji. His third son became the first farmer. Then his first daughter became the first royal priestess, or Chifu Ufujin. And then his second daughter became the first village priestess, or Nuru. King Tenshin, who probably ruled from Urasoe Castle, established his dynasty in the year 18,989 BC. His dynasty would consist of 25 nameless kings and last until 1186 AD. Now his sisters went to a beach in Yomitan and met the god of the sea. He is sometimes called Ryugu after his castle at the bottom of the ocean, or Ryujin, the dragon god. Ryujin gave them 3 stones to build a hearth and a Magatama jewel to harness and focus their supernatural power. A major tenet of Ryukyuan religion is the idea of onarigami, that women have divine power derived from a Mamikyu. Hinukan, the god of fire, took fire from Ryugu and gave it to the priestesses for their hearths. The hearth represented the family, and when a marriage happened, a piece of fire or some of the ash from the family hearth would be used to start a new hearth. The final god I'll mention today is the Bodhisattva Maitreya, the future Buddha, known in Ryukyu as Miruku. It is said that when he arrives, his teachings will bring paradise to the world. This paradise is known as Yugafu. What is significant is that on Hamahiga Island, the same place where Mamikyu and Ryukyu are buried, there is a small mountain called Mount Yugafu, from the top of which Kudaka Island can be seen. Next to the base of the mountain is a rock formation very similar to that found at Seifo Utaki, called the Miruku Gate. It is said he'll come here directly from Ryukyuan. Now, 2 interesting events are notable before we continue with the main storyline. In 210 BC, a Chinese expedition to find the Land of Immortals set sail and never returned, possibly reaching Kudaka Island or southern Okinawa. In the first decade of the 7th century, the Sui dynasty sent 2 expeditions to Ryukyu, followed by what amounted to a raid in 610. They specifically said they attacked a castle, showing that Tamagasuku, the first castle built by Mamikyu, or another castle, existed before the nominal Gasuku period. Continuing with Tenshin's dynasty, in 1186 the 25th nameless king befriended a man named Ryu, who then murdered the king and usurped the throne. He was known to capture peasants and use them for archery practice. Back in 1165, however, a Japanese samurai named Minamoto no Tametomo visited Okinawa, where he met the daughter of the Ozatu Aji. After fathering a son with her, he returned to Japan. His son, Sonton, became Aji of Urusoi in 1180, and then in 1187 he led a rebellion and killed Ryu. Once he took the throne as king of Ryukyu, he changed his name to Shunten. Urusoi would remain the capital for almost 300 years. While he is claimed to be the king of a unified Ryukyu, reality was that Ryukyu was controlled by numerous lords and petty chieftains who may have simply ignored this claim to kingship, if any claim existed. We'll continue from this point in the next video. Well, if you enjoyed watching, make sure you like and subscribe for more. You can also leave a comment on your thoughts below. As always, see you next time.